The Arab Spring. Now, Egypt looked like a bastion of hope for a long time, and then it all changed.
It's one of the most heartbreaking political stories of the year for me, especially. I was there in 2011 reporting for the channel from Tahrir Square to see all that hope, all that promise, all the capacity of the Egyptian people to change their society squashed, and the return of the military pharaohs, the al-sisi regime, as authoritarian, if not worse, than the Mubarak regime. We've covered every step of the way, and we've allowed the voices who've resisted it to get out to the public.
If 2013 disappointed believers in the promise of the 2011 revolution, then 2014 surely devastated it. Nearly 4 years since the start of the revolt that brought down Hosni Mubarak, the former dictator has been cleared, on a technicality, of most of the charges brought against him, including corruption and the ordering of the killing of protesters in 2011. So has Egypt's revolution, which called for bread, freedom and social justice, come to an end. Egypt's economy continues to struggle, having been battered by 4 years of political chaos, and the security situation in the country remains concerning. This year we saw the growing prominence of Ansar Beit al-Maqdis in Sinai, who have been targeting the Egyptian army and police since the ouster of former President Mohammed Morsi, and who have now pledged allegiance to the Islamic State. The group claims responsibility for scores of deaths, including the killing of 28 soldiers in October, and numerous assassination attempts on government officials. In May, Field Marshal Abdel Fattah al-Sisi is elected president, with those who voted for him hoping that he will be able to bring stability to the country. Others, however, fear a return to the authoritarian state that prevailed under Hosni Mubarak. And 7 months on, the situation in Egypt certainly lives up to those fears. Continuing with the crackdown on the Muslim Brotherhood, soon after Sisi declares his official candidacy for president in March, an official court recommends the death sentence for the leader of the Muslim Brotherhood and 682 supporters, handing down a final capital punishment ruling on 37 others.
بس بالنسبة للمحكمة بتاعت المنيا اللي خدوا أكتر من 600 واحد خدوا إعدام. طب خدوا إعدام إزاي؟ هو لحق القاضي يبص في كل واحد؟ ملحقش. ده لو ادى كل واحد سنتين مش هيلحق يبص في كل واحد من الناس اللي محكوم عليهم بالإعدام حضرتك. تيجي إزاي؟
But 2014 also sees a broadening of the crackdown to include a wider range of dissenting voices, including many prominent groups and individuals who helped ignite the 2011 revolt. In April, the pro-democracy April 6th movement is banned by an Egyptian court, and hundreds of activists demonstrating against the erosion of their rights are arrested for breaking a protest law passed in November 2011, which bans protests or public meetings.
احنا واقفين ضد قانون التظاهر اللي بنطالب باسقاطه وخروج كل المعتقلين اللي اتحبسوا بسببه. يعني في آلاف من المعتقلين. الدولة بتوجه رسالة دايما انها بتحارب الارهاب، وهي ما بتحاربش الارهاب، هي بتحارب اي حد بيحاول يفتح بقه ويطالب بحقه او يقول اي كلمة لمطالبه لحقوقه. بتحارب العمال، بتحارب الموظفين، بتحارب الثوار، بتحاور الطلبة وبتحبسهم كلهم بحجة قانون التظاهر.
Further concerning rights groups is Sisi's call in June on non-governmental organisations to register under Law 84 by September. The law allows the government and security agencies to dissolve groups and refuse licences to new groups they deem a threat to national security. Hasib Hajd Shahruli, Deputy Director of the Middle East and North Africa Programme at Amnesty International, said that the Egyptian authorities were using the law to orchestrate a witch hunt against non-governmental organisations and put them under the thumb. He goes on to say that the government must withdraw the requirement for compulsory registration of non-governmental organisations under the current law, which is contrary to international human rights standards. June also sees 3 Al Jazeera journalists charged for aiding the Muslim Brotherhood, which the state has labelled a terrorist organisation. The trio, which includes Peter Grest, an Australian, Mohammed Fahmy, a Canadian-Egyptian national, and Bahar Mohammed, an Egyptian national, had already served 6 months in prison. They continue to deny the charges against them and remain with many other journalists behind bars today. Space for civil society and for dissent is being closed down, and while there is no doubt that Egyptians seek stability, how to get there and at what cost will be what continues to be debated far into 2015. Sarah Say, The Report.